Welcome to another episode of the Rankum Podcast. You can find the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Rankum Podcast. You can find us wherever it is you download your podcasts. We're available on all major platforms. Give us a like, subscribe, 5-star review. However you can help us out, we certainly do appreciate it. Joining me, as always, I'm Garrett Seawright, by the way, at Garrett Seawright on Twitter. Joining me, as always, is my good friend, Don Garwood.
I'm Don Garwood, by the way. You can find me on Twitter at Donnie_G.
As Donnie_G, at Donnie_G on the old tweet machine. And today, we're going to take a little
Stroll? Walk?
little stroll down memory lane as we are going to rank our favorite episodes from the first calendar year of the Rankum Podcast.
Yep, and looking at the amounts, are we in the 40s right now? We're coming up on that 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, so this is episode 42. I think.
Episode 42.
episode 42 of the Rankum Podcast. So we are going to rank our 5 favorites of the first 41.
Yep.
So only the creme de la creme, the real goods.
The cream of the crop.
Yes, make the cut, which should let you know that everything else is trash. It's just terrible. If it didn't crack this list, not worth your time.
The ones that are on this list, you should definitely give a listen to, though.
Right, you should give 45 minutes to an hour of your life.
I don't know if yours is this way or not. I don't have 2 back-to-back episodes on here. And there's like a couple, like between almost all of these, there's like 4 to 6 weeks between them. So it's like we space out our good episodes to one a month.
I have my 5 and my 4 were back-to-back episodes.
Gotcha.
So my number 5 was TV game shows we want to be on.
Okay.
It was episode 16, if you would like to go back in the archives and check them out.
And we're going to give you the episode numbers for all of these so that you can...
So you know what is the good stuff.
And I think you and I talked about when we were doing this, really only talking about the actual episode, but I really went ahead on mine and kind of included the reaction episodes in it. So listen to the real episode, listen to the reaction episode. That's really where they're going to come together on these.
But the TV game shows, I enjoyed thinking back on old game shows that you even forgot existed. That I was like, man, I wanted to be on Legends of the Hidden Temple so bad. But then also, I got to explicitly explain to you, and my younger brother Zach was on that episode, that you're not nearly as smart as you think you guys are. So y'all want to be on Jeopardy, but y'all want to fail at Jeopardy. You guys think you're going to be like 60-day winners.
Right.
No, you're that guy at the end who leaves with a bottle of Aleve. That's all you got.
Not even ibuprofen.
Yeah, not even just generic Aleve. You got to leave.
Here's Bear extra strength for when you feel that heart attack coming on.
You got a heart attack and you apparently want to survive this time. But so that's my number 5, is I enjoyed telling you guys that you're not nearly as smart as you think you are. Y'all are like, I want to be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and trivia game shows. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not what you want to do at all.
So I've got on mine episode number 11, which I believe was essentially my birthday episode. Maybe I was wrong. No, it wasn't, because I think we live streamed for my birthday, so I was a little bit off on that. This one was one of the first ones that was something that I really pushed for, and that is conspiracy theories.
Yeah, you were big on
it. It was you, Reese, and myself, and hearing... You only had 3 actual theories on there.
Yes.
And they're all solid ones. They weren't anything that Reese or I had on our list.
No.
But I thought that was a really fun episode to record. And I'm a big conspiracy theory nut, and there are more that I have that I want to bring up.
You walk this very fine line of believing conspiracy theories and then just reading about and you don't differentiate those two very well. So you could be like, Did you know aliens sunk the Titanic? Be like, hold on. Like, well, that's a conspiracy theory I read. That's a conspiracy theory you read or a conspiracy theory you believe? And you're like,
Right.
well, I haven't decided yet. Like, okay.
Like I'm
So you read a lot of conspiracy theories.
I love reading conspiracy theories, especially when stuff actually kind of lines up for them.
Right.
And it's like, well, that could happen, but there are some I believe, and I believe all the ones that were in my top 5 on that one. Did we talk about the Titanic on there? How they actually sank the
Lusitania. That's not what it.
Not the Lusitania.
The Britannica or something.
Red Star Line, White Star Line.
Line.
Sank their original boat for insurance money, and
Yes.
then the Titanic was going on masquerading as
As a
that
different
original
ship,
boat. Yeah,
yep.
that one I also believe.
And they just killed 3,900 people in the process or whatever.
Yeah, fuck them.
Okay.
You think that's the first time that a company's killed 3,900 people for profit?
Yes.
Wasn't the last time.
I was
guarantee
going to say, I was
that.
like, well, it was 1912, Don. Yeah.
So it could have been the first time.
It might have been the first time. Might have legitimately been the first time.
But it certainly wasn't the last. So
it wasn't the last.
At number 5 for me, I have episode 11, conspiracy theories.
What's the most unlikely company that has killed 3,900 people for profit?
The most unlikely company?
Yeah. If you're just like,
Nesquik.
no. Nestle's, they're a trash company.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking like.
I was thinking like specifically the Nesquik part of that
just
company.
chocolate. Just chocolate.
So
Nesquik.
who was the most unlikely large-scale company? Like Fortune 500 company?
Sure, yeah.
BP.
People, not animals,
Oh,
in the Gulf
gotcha.
of Mexico.
Who was the most unlikely? Do you have an idea in your head that you
I was
going
gonna
to
think
say?
of like,
I was going to say Johnson & Johnson.
I was just going to be like, Progressive Insurance. Flo's got some blackmail on him. And so Flo has killed 3,900 people.
So who is the company that has killed 3,900
yeah, that has killed
people?
3,900 people that you would not expect. And I think it's just Progressive Insurance. That'll get us sued.
Yeah. Is that slander?
Probably.
These are jokes and not how we really feel. I think we're covered.
Allegedly killed 3,900.
There it is. Jesus.
Number 4. So my number 5 was episode 16. My number 4 was episode 17, which was types of people we hate. It was both enraging to talk about types of people we hate, but also kind of cathartic and a little bit of therapy to just get that off your chest, that when you're getting on the fucking on-ramp, move your ass.
Put your fucking cart in the corral.
Yeah. Those people. It just pisses you off to even think about it. Like, who raised you? Were your mom and brother and sister? What is wrong with you?
Were your mom and brother sister?
Were your mom and brother sister? That's a sentence that just came out of my mouth. But man, I was so angry. I think we all were really angry after that episode.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it just was fun to just be angry and it'd be okay.
And it showed, like, afterwards. We recorded multiple episodes that day.
We did.
But no, types of people we hate was a very fun recording. So I agree.
So that was my number 4.
My number 4, I've got episode 27. And that
It's One Hit Wonders.
is One Hit Wonders.
Because that's my number 3.
Is it?
Yes.
So I've got One Hit Wonders at number 4. And that was me, you, Reese, and Kiwan.
Yes.
Which was recorded the same day.
I was going to say, I think we had to do One Hit Wonders after we did Types of People You Hate because we were so mad.
Right.
After Types of, like, all right, we got to decrease the tension in the room. So we need to start singing Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba to get everybody down, knock them down a peg or two.
And so I'm trying to think. The reaction show on that one was just so much fun because Reese kept trying to talk. And I guess it was me that was doing it, but every time he would start talking, I would just start singing another one-hit wonder,
Yes,
and
it
it went on for
so do you guys know I'm walking on sunshine? Oh!
and it went on for like 5 minutes.
It went on entirely too long. Yes, it
Like,
did.
the Family Guy scene where Peter falls down and scrapes his knee, and it just goes on forever.
Or
That's
the
essentially
chicken fights.
Yeah. Well, the chicken fights are really good. I love the chicken fights.
The chicken fights are funny because they're like, how long can we take this
Right.
before someone's like, what in the fuck is going on?
So yeah, I had one hit wonders at 4, and I love the ones that we do singing on.
I do too.
We haven't gotten a strike on our channel yet, so it
No.
hasn't negatively affected us yet.
Give it time.
Yeah.
I've got it at 3 just because again, sort of like my game show, like you got to reminisce about songs a bit that I never would have had ever considered even pulling up on like Amazon Music and being like, I want to listen to Tal Bachman, She's So High. But then on top of that, Kiwan not being able to sing anything that he's like, you guys never heard that song? Like, I've never even heard those words put in a sentence like that together. What are you talking about?
Right.
And then he's like, well, I'll play it for you after the episode. And he plays it. We're like, I know that song. Everybody knows that song.
Right.
What the you were like, what the fuck were you singing?
That was a different one. That was a different singing one that we recorded.
Was it? I thought it was One Hit Wonders because, or was it Guilty Pleasure song?
Oh, it was One Hit Wonders because
it was
Owl City
guys.
no,
Owl
that was
City.
a Guilty Pleasure.
Was it?
That was a Guilty Pleasure
Okay.
one.
Same thing.
Key One was on 2 of the singing
Singing ones.
episodes.
The one he did not. And I think Zach did it on our Christmas songs. There was one song that we were both like, never heard that song in my life. And then I heard it and was like, that's what Zach was trying to sing, and it was a horrible rendition.
So Mom and I sent a text message to the group chat Christmas Eve when the episode released, and Mom was like, well, now Zach has that song by the Eagles stuck in my head.
And you're like, Mom.
I've never heard that song before, but I mean, she enjoyed it, and she said, he did a really good job considering it was a cappella.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I'll take your word for it.
If you're going to compliment Zach's singing, I will pass that along, but then tell him that I hate him so much.
Right.
So that's your number 4 is my number 3.
My number 4 is your number 3.
Yes.
And your number 3 was my number 4. But my number 3 is not your number 3 because it was my number 4. Anyway, my number 3 still recorded that same day. And I didn't realize it when I was making my list. And this was the one that was recorded immediately after People We Hate, and that is Candy Bars. It was the same 4 people.
Yep.
Me, Kiwan, Reese, and you, in that order around this table.
Yes.
And after getting so worked up on types of people we hate, I just let loose on Kiwan with his hatred for peanut butter, but wanting peanut butter on his number 1. Ugh. It's still
It just gets
it still kind of frustrates me. Luckily I'm in a much better headspace right now than I was that day, but that was a pretty fun one to record. Kiwan didn't talk to me for like an hour after recording it. But we're fine now, even though he hasn't been on since.
Well, I just like having people in here, and
Yeah,
Kiwan doesn't
in
make a-
person
right.
is much better than online.
Yeah. So that is Don's number 3
It
favorite
is.
Rankin podcast of 2020.
It is.
My number 2 feels like might be a hot take.
Uh-oh. Got board games there, number 2?
No. Not going that deep. I got Little Debbie's episode 1.
You got episode 1.
Episode 1 at number 2. It's the OG of the Rankin podcast.
Yeah.
It was, I don't even know if we ever thought it was going to be a podcast. It was just like, I got this piece of equipment. Would you guys like to pretend to do a podcast? Like,
Well, I think we decided we were going to do one, and then Zach came over here, and he was like, "Oh, well, let's record one." And
was
then,
like, okay.
and then you messaged me because we recorded it while I was at home. I think we did it over Discord.
did we?
Mm-hmm. We did it over Discord. You and Zach were
I
here.
thought you were here.
No, I was definitely at home.
Okay.
Um,
And that
we didn't have
launched-
any video.
No video.
Didn't
No.
do a reaction show.
Nope.
But that
That's-
episode 1 made us decide to do a reaction show because as soon as we were done recording, we just tore into Zach on his
for entire. It would have been the longest reaction show.
right.
For 25 minutes, we
And
just made fun of Zach, and it was really funny, just tearing into him.
And I was like, well, I guess we can just record like a little something afterwards so that
Yeah,
we can get
which-
our immediate
Our immediate
reactions.
thoughts out and all that stuff.
and
And
not
the-
have to worry about
Bleeping each
Right.
other. But I mean, I had people stop me in Walmart and be like, "Hey, fudge rounds suck." Oh, okay. Good to see you.
which was a reaction that you never thought with it being your number 1. Was it,
It was
or
my
2?
number 2, I think.
I
2
mean,
or 3.
that's probably something that you never thought other people would
No.
think.
And it, like, your family had like a
They did
several text message discussion on
right.
fudge rounds suck. Have you guys ever had the Christmas trees? Like, it
Right,
just
right.
kept on going. And it was fun to like our friends' parents would be like, "Hey, I listened to your podcast." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Thank you." And they're like, "Oatmeal cream pies are terrible." Okay, thank you. Like, how do you not have nutty bars in your top 5?
Yeah. Nutty bars is definitely a first of all, nutty bars are delicious.
They're
But
yeah,
it
they're good.
I don't think you or Zach had them in your
Zach
top.
had them in his like 2 because he would
Oh,
eat them
he eats them like a monster. That's
He eats them 2 at a time. He's like, "You go through the whole box real quickly that way." Like,
turn your phone. Shove what?
he has gotten a little better at describing things.
Yeah.
He's like, "Turn your phone upside down and then put the whole thing in your mouth." What are you talking about? But it was enjoyable to record, but then also I think to listen back to, and try to hear Zach explain his rationale for eating entire boxes of Nutty Bars at the same
Right.
time.
We our audio quality I think has gotten better. Again,
much better.
Recorded over Discord.
Well, you were on Discord. Zach was on a headset that we used at work to
Yeah.
announce like football games and stuff. So but yeah,
And I think we've figured it out a little better than
yeah,
we did back then. So
yeah.
hopefully one day we'll do better than that episode.
We should redo Little Debbie's without Zach.
I thought about redoing redoing episode 1 or something like that at one point, but I was like, I don't know how we would go about it. Like, what if my top 5 isn't the same anymore as it was back then?
I tell people all the time that when people get like angry with, "Oh, you've got whatever at your number 3," I promise you, if I sat down and remade my like fast food sandwich list, it
Right.
would not be exactly. It would not be the same. To
Like, if
5
I
as
had a Big Mac yesterday, it probably wouldn't be as high as if I hadn't had a Big Mac in 3 months.
Right.
And I'm just really craving a Big Mac. That'll
Like-
probably affect my list a little bit.
yeah, like my 1 and 2 will probably be the same, but 3, 4, 5 is a crapshoot
Right.
a lot of the time.
Like, if I had to redo my Little Debbie's right now, I can't remember what it is. I probably haven't listened to it in a couple months. Because there are a couple that I've listened to again just to
Mhm.
see. I think Nutter Butter was Cosmic Brownie was number 1.
Yeah, because you eat yours like a monster. You smash the
Push the
cos-
little
you
stars in
push the cosmic
into the
balls
brownie.
balls deep into your brownie. But even then, you were explaining it like you said, you shove them down in there, and like what? And eventually, you're like, "No, I just want it flat with my brownie." I'm like, that is not what you said.
Right.
What you said was you push that shit to the middle of your brownie. And like, wait, what? Cosmic brownie. It's dense, but moist.
Yeah.
It's a good brownie.
It is. So that is your number 2.
Little Debbie's 2.
So my number 2, like I said, recorded the same day as the other ones, and you've already talked about it. It's Types of People We Hate. And it is episode 17. And it was such a fun, I guess it's that whole day at this point. My number
Yeah.
2, 3, and 4. Having 4 people in the studio. It was our first forecasts.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun. was very hot in here. We were recording in
I
July.
was going to say it was July.
Four people in here with all the computers and stuff running. But
Right, we've got, I had at the time 2 game consoles, a TV, I think 4 computers running, then 4 people in a room that we shut the window air conditioner off in. Yeah, it was a little
too
toasty,
loud. I think we left the fan running for like
Yeah.
the second or third
Yeah,
episode.
It was like, okay, the ceiling fan is not loud enough. It's not too loud because otherwise we're going to be roasting alive. in
right.
here.
Did we record another one that night at like 3 o'clock in the morning?
We did movie franchises a different time.
Okay, with me, you, Keywan, and Zach.
Yes.
Okay,
But it was
we wrapped up at like 2:30 or 3.
it was because I remember in the reaction show, I'm like, guys, it's 3:18 in the morning. Like, stop, shut up, like, quit your bitching about whatever. The 8th Star Wars movie is better than the 7th or whatever. Shut up and go home. Go home. But yeah, I think that was the last time we did like 4 episodes this night or something like that.
It was like I just pitched Garrett another low and outside change up. Get the fuck out of my house.
Out of my house. Get out.
So yeah, I've got types of people we hate at number 2 on my list.
So that brings us to honorable mention.
I'll go first.
Okay.
My honorable mention is the Little Debbie's episode.
Okay.
And we've talked about that at length. So
Is that your only honorable mention?
yeah,
I've got 3. Which now that I type this out, I now might know that 1 is your number 1. I have the pie episode from just a few weeks ago.
I thought about Pie in my honorable mention, but I didn't because it's so new. But
I think
go
it's
ahead.
some of our best work.
It really was.
1, it was just, I never would have imagined that we would have agreed as much as we did.
Right. With as many types of pies that there are.
In the same slots even, that we had, our number 3, number 2, your 4 was my 5, whatever. And then we differentiated so drastically at number 1. And that got some good reaction from people that I heard from that I hadn't heard from in a while. It was like, you don't like pumpkin pie? Like, no, it's horrible.
Right.
So pie episode. I like the breakfast cereal one, which is episode 14.
Seems like so long ago.
That's because it was. The breakfast cereal one, because we finished with a name a breakfast cereal you don't like, and I don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and y'all were very offended by Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And then my final honorable mention, and I think it's on my honorable mention. I didn't think about it until the middle of the show. Right now, might be your number 1.
There's only one way to find out.
What is your number 1?
Oh, we're doing it like this?
Okay. Do you want
so my
on the count of 3? You want on the count of 3 of my honorable mention and your number 1?
Okay.
1.
Well, why don't
2.
Give me just a quick synopsis. What does it have to do with? We'll just do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Guilty pleasure songs.
Okay. Pizza chains. Don's epic Pizza King rant in the pizza chains, I thought would be your number 1. Because you just went off on Pizza King in a manner we have not seen since.
I've been in a much better headspace since then.
You were so mad about Pizza King and people who like it. You were so angry. And I enjoyed the rant.
I legit
so much.
I legit had somebody came to our work from out of town and was looking at pizza places that might deliver. It's like, oh, this Pizza King, I think that would be a good place. And I I work with Kevin, who is a pretty avid listener of the podcast.
Fan of the show.
Sits 5 feet away from me at work. And as soon as he said that, he just turns and looks at me and starts laughing.
And you're like, hold on, sir. Hold on.
I was like, if you want to order Pizza King, that's fine. I probably won't eat any, but you can order it. And he's like, why not? I'm like, it's so bad. Just trying to like not, because he was looking forward to having it, because I think he'd heard of it.
Form his own opinion.
Right.
Somebody had probably hyped him. Oh, you're going to that place in Indiana. You got to get Pizza King.
Right. But he was like, yeah, I'll order pizza for lunch. We'll get it from, Pizza King sounds good. And I'm like, oh. I'll get pizza from the gas station. You can get
Pizza King pizza.
Right. I would rather go and pay to have gas station pizza than for you to pay for me to have Pizza King. But no, I had thought about the pizza episode.
Like, the pizza episode is so kind of jolly and joy-filled that, like, yeah, this is so great. And then just out of the blue, you're like, fuck Pizza King.
Right.
I think there were 4 F-bombs in, like, 31 seconds or something like that. Okay, Don does not like Pizza King.
We listened to that. That night, we listened to that rant like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, because it just...
Because we were like, how many times did you say the F word? What did you say about people that like Pizza King? And then, what else did we do? Oh, you told me that night that I had the way I say the word fuck is very good.
It is.
It makes it easy for you to edit.
To bleep, yes.
And it makes it easier for people listening to know exactly what I said.
Yes. But you've got several different.
I can say fuck in several different ways.
Yes, and it works.
Right. Look at that fucking car. Fuck Pizza King. Like that?
They're guaranteed I'm going to miss one of those. I promise you I'm going to miss one of those in the beliefs.
So you've got Pizza King on your honorable mention. You have the pizza episode.
Pizza chains.
Pizza chains.
Pizza chains.
So I already said what my number 1 was, and my number 1 was Guilty Pleasure Songs, episode 7. It was the first Yeah.
It does not feel like episode 7. That's a long time
Technically
ago.
episode 0.7 for our pilot season. For whatever reason, I decided to label them like that. Well, I did. I think I was going to do, just did 0.1 for the pilot.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'll just go all the way up to 10. And then once we hit 10, we'll start with like official releases. We should have like figured out our format and all that stuff. But
now we know.
Yeah. So Guilty Pleasure Songs was our first singing episode. I think it was the first. It was the first time that Q1 came to do them in house with us.
Yes.
I don't know if that was the first episode he was on, but that was the same day that we recorded the first one.
It was not the first episode he was on. He was on Batman Movie Villains with us.
Did he call in for that?
4. He was at his apartment. Remember, we had so many problems trying to get him to get his internet right. Damn it, Q1.
But I think Zach was in here for that because we recorded like books or high school lunches. We recorded 3 episodes, one with only Zach, one with only Keywan, and then one with the 4 of us.
Yes.
Movie franchises?
We did movie franchise. Keywan was here for movie franchises, I think.
But
nonetheless.
Right. We
Avada Kedavra.
we had a really good time.
We did.
And again, Keywan and his amazing singing ability, his singing wasn't bad, except for trying to sing Fireflies by Owl City.
Owl City. Which, in our defense, I would have never known the name of the song or the name of the band. But the way he sang that song is nowhere close to. He just was a little nervous, a little apprehensive to sing.
Right.
And was like, what?
But just singing a bunch of songs that you're typically embarrassed to sing, I think, and kind of it was very nostalgic as well listening to them because there's not a lot of newer songs that you would be embarrassed to sing other than maybe WAP, whatever it is, wet ass pussy. So yeah, I have got Guilty Pleasure Songs as my number 1 favorite episode. I probably listened to that one 3 times.
An episode that I have listened to more than 3 times. And I guess it's maybe not so much the episode, but the reaction show. It was already on your list.
Yeah.
Episode 21, Candy Bars, is so great because I forgot that we recorded that directly after we recorded Types of People You Hate.
Yeah.
And you just were so angry the entire time. Kiwan's going through his list, and you're like, he's got Kit Kat, and you're like, that's way too fucking high. In the reaction show, Reese and I are talking about something stupid, and you're like, hey, boys, I'm working here. Just so you can tear Kiwan to shreds over his take.
Go ahead.
5.
Give me your number 5
Go
to your number
go
1.
through your 5 through 1 again. Go through your 5 through 1 again. You're not incorrect in the logic that you hate peanut butter, but I think the sentence you say is your like, I hate peanut butter, but my number 1 got's peanut butter in it. You saying got's peanut butter in it for some reason cracks me up. And I listen to that reaction show.
So when I do, I really only have one voice that I use.
It's got, I don't want peanut butter, but my number 1 got's peanut butter in it.
And when I do that voice, I kind of like intentionally, to make the person I'm making fun of sound stupider.
Sound as dumb as possible.
Got's peanut butter. Oh, my name's Kiwan, and I don't like peanut butter, but my number 1's Got's peanut butter. I don't like paydays because there's too many peanuts. Guess what's in my fucking number 1? Peanuts.
Oh, man. I can't tell you how much I enjoy.
Well, I've come over here to record a different podcast and look at your TV, and that episode is halfway through playing on your TV.
Because it just, but then Kiwan's reaction to your, like, you got a
fucking Toblerone?
You got a Toblerone, and you're like, first of all, it's Toblerone, and he hits you back with I don't give a fuck, I'm black, I'm from the hood, and
we don't
like,
have...
you can't get a fucking Toblerone in the hood, and you're like, can't get one at DJ's either. It just was so good. It's so funny. Like, it cracks me up every time to listen to. And then you get pissed off because everybody's shit talking your Toblerone, and I had never had one at that point, and I'm just sitting here like, well, I don't know if it's any good or not. You're like, you 3 can shut the fuck up. And I'm like, well, I didn't say anything, huh? But the candy bars, that is high quality right there.
And we weren't expecting it to be the way that it was.
Yeah,
like, we weren't expecting it to like blow up into an argument about candy bars. I figured it would have been an argument about which is better, Snickers or Reese's. Wasn't expecting just the amount of hostility that episode brought.
And that was one of the very first episodes we had filmed that like you could watch on our YouTube. Yeah, on our YouTube channel. Rankin Podcast. On YouTube. And it's just Kiwan's reactions are really funny to one, be verbally assaulted, but then also come to his own defense because nobody else was going to.
And you can look around, if I remember the video correctly, you can look around, I'm in a T-shirt, Garrett's in a T-shirt, Reese is in a cut-off.
He's got Reese in a tank.
And Kiwan has a sweatshirt and a blanket cover.
He's got a T-shirt on, but a fleece blanket on.
Yeah.
He's like, it's cold in here. Like, are you stupid? It's so hot. But he's so thin that, his stiff breeze makes him nice and chilly.
Right.
But yes, he's laying there. He's sitting there with a fleece blanket on his lap when Reese is in a tank top.
And Dio, probably. I think he was holding Dio during that.
Probably. Also, the Candy Bar Reaction show on YouTube, we forgot to stop recording, so it's 50 minutes long.
50-minute video of just like fire burning in the background on the TV, and then us walking in.
Yeah, there's 15 minutes of you screaming at Kiwan. There's 35 minutes like we went and ate lunch or something.
Yeah.
And then come back, and we're preparing for our one-hit wonders.
So I come in and start reading Twitter from where J.K. Rowling,
Giuseppe Stromboli. Yep, that's true.
Giuseppe Stromboli and the bada beep bada boom.
So maybe we should keep recording at all times.
I kind of look up at one point while I'm talking, I double look over and then click on stop recording.
Yep. That's how it. It do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that.
So that's a look at our favorite Rank Up Podcast episodes so far in 2020.
And we will look forward to some more in 2021.
Hopefully,
some new favorites.
Hopefully, the year of 2021 goes a little better than 2020.
Have you seen the meme where it's like they're waiting on the ball to drop for 12/31/2020, and then it rolls over and it's like 13/1/2020?
No, but I have seen the nobody claimed 2021 is their year.
Oh.
All right, walk in quietly, don't touch anything. I like that one. So that'll do it. We will catch you in 2021, or if you're listening to this in 2021,
catch you Thursdays.
Right. Well, you're some sort of time traveler or something.
Oh,
or we're the time travelers. I don't know.
Unclear.
We'll see you next time right here on the Rank Up Podcast.